that was brief, and then I switched over to a help desk role at another company to actually get
some gunshots for help desk real quick, man.
the front line of IT.
Yeah, man. It's funny enough. Shout out to Dom's Tech Chat. There we go. I did a reaction video to one of her videos about like how to get out of help desk, and then also shout out to Kev Tech. I don't know if you heard of Kev Tech on YouTube.
I think so.
Yeah, if anybody's watching this right now and you want to get into help desk, check out Kev Tech's YouTube channel. Free game. You will learn how to get in help desk just by watching his channel, like for real. And if you're watching right now, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell icon for the YouTube algorithm. But anyways, we were talking about how help desk really doesn't get the respect it deserves most of the time. People try to treat their job like a second-class citizen, not knowing if it wasn't for them, a lot of stuff, would pretty much be messed up because they are those first responders that's responding to things. Most of the time, to be honest, they're working more than the people who are above them. And they're underpaid.
Absolutely. And the thing is, they are dealing with the fallout from whatever decisions, upper management, back end ops, any decisions we make, they're dealing with what's happening here. All the users, we don't have to talk to those people. They have to deal with all of that noise that comes from whatever, a hiccup. Hey, we changed this. They're like, what's going on? You guys, we're getting tons of calls. Or it's like, hey, we're going to do this. This will improve the process. So I think I'm grateful for that time. I'm beyond grateful for that because it got me where I am. But I understand the impact. I'm like, hey, maybe we should not do this without telling them first. Or we need to change our approach because it's going to have this ripple effect. I'm like, they're going to get slammed. It's like, we're not going to hear, we'll hear from the help desk. That's one or two people sending the message. They're getting slammed back to back for whatever change, migration, whatever we're doing on the back end. So I was like, I feel like that helps me perform better on the ops side because I know what's happening on the other side.
Thanks. I remember like it would be small stuff. Like for us, like I did the TSA T Helpdesk, and I remember something simple as like they stopped letting people be able to visit like Xfinity and stuff on their browser. So all the people at work and the government said, "Hey, I can't watch it either. We're on the same network, man." Or funny things were like, actually, this is what we're gonna do. Do you recall like maybe like your funniest call, or maybe your calls that were like in the 2 weeks that you're about to leave? Because like I started cutting up like when it was time for me to go.
You know what? It was weird. So of course the company did a really good job of making sure that I was training my replacement. They did do that. They're like, hey, this is who's coming in to fill your seat. Can you help them? So they got to shadow me, follow me around. We have a lot of eccentric people. So I told her, I was like, your patience level needs to be, I was like, even if you ain't got it that day, it's got to be, I was like, because once you get up from here, I was like, you're going to their desk. I was like, you got to be, some people, they just are the way they are, especially in like academia, people that have PhDs. I was like, they are incredibly smart. I was like, they may not be computer smart though. I was like, you gotta be prepared for that. I was like, and also be prepared for them not to be receptive to whatever you're saying at that moment. So I had a lot of stuff that I had to close out. And then you know how sometimes, I don't know if you had this at the help desk, where sometimes it's certain people that call in with tickets. They're like, hey, you can handle them. They don't complain about you. I had a few people like that. I was like, I'm not going to be at the help desk anymore. They're like, well, who's going to help me? There's plenty of qualified people. But they're like, it would never, the personality, the patience level, they're like, I don't like them. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, but I'll still be here, but I won't be here to handle this. Like it was a lot of calls, but wildest call. It wasn't even wild to me. I think it was just, this person was very particular in how they work. They wanted to work offline all the time. So anytime we migrated computers for this person, tons of local email stuff that had to be transferred over. She's like, why do we have to do? He likes to work offline. Why? Because he doesn't want to be distracted. And I think he flipped from a PC to a Mac. She was like, what is happening here? A whole lot is happening here. I was like, he was like, well, it's not working right. I was like, well, if we sync you, if we just put you online, he's like, no, I can't work that way. She's like, he's really not going to work this way. Like flat out refused. Like, he was like, this will work for an hour or so, but I need this resolved today. She was like, but he can still get his email. I said, but he don't want to work online. And because, you know, people have been the way that I was like, we got it. She was like, I was like, a lot of stuff, they particular. I was like, you have to, help desk makes you be in tune with people a little bit more, a lot more. That was probably my weirdest call before I left. I'm sure there were tons because I was at the help desk for like 6 years. It's like, I'm sure there were lots of them, right?
Ooh, 6.
Yeah.
Wow. For me, a couple of them that were kind of funny was like the one like the last week or whatever. End user calls in, and she's trying to argue me up and down that my password I'm giving her is her username. And after arguing her, because she was particular, I think she caused some problems before, because see, we used to support for the government, they used to use Blackberries at the time. So they used to use BES, BlackBerry Enterprise
Enterprise server, yeah, I remember those.
Right. And then after that, slowly but surely, this was back in 2004 to 2016, they started using good for mobile, good for enterprise, whatever. So they started migrating to the iPhones and stuff. This particular lady was trying to argue me down. I was like, you know what? I hung up on her. Because you ain't supposed to hang up on people. I was like, what they gonna do, fire me? I'm already gone.
Like, help me
honestly,
out early.
Right. I mean, for us, it wasn't too bad because we didn't have too many of those people that were hard to deal with, because we weren't dealing with anybody's money or nothing. It would be simple as like, oh, I can't receive emails or whatever because they got all these large attachments in their Outlook. And that's why the app data storage can't pull anything in.
Mm-hmm.
Or like one of the funniest things is like the TSA network went down one night, which I was happy because like, network down, we got nothing. We put a front end message up. Hey, if you're experiencing, we are currently experiencing hours, we will, update you when it's fixed. Hey, boom, I can't get emails. Neither can I.
Pretty much.
Make the status update. And then
that's all we
they
got.
go on about their